Hey guys, it's Kiana. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be discussing narcissism, how it is dealing with the narcissist, some red flags you should be looking out for when dealing with the narcissist. I'm going to be telling you my personal experience and the things that I've been through while dealing with one. We're going to be basically discussing just like I feel like all the aspects of it. So I just want to start off by saying right now I am in a different environment. I am not where I used to be. Where I used to be was I used to be living with a family member. This person was my grandma. And it was really hard living there because, I feel like when you're dealing with a narcissist that especially a family member, it hurts even more because you're supposed to be supportive of me. You're supposed to be on my side, especially as a grandmother. Like, you should want the best for me. So it was really difficult. And in the years that I did live with her, it was hard. So I'm going to be telling you guys the things that I was dealing with when I was under her roof and how it just affected me a lot. She is so two-faced, okay? And I'm just going to be real. This is a truthful, I'm going to be giving you guys just real advice. This is some true thing, based on my own story. I'm just telling you guys. So when I was living under her roof, I feel like I never belonged. I never felt welcomed. I never felt like I was at home. She would constantly try to find things to pick on and tell me hurtful things when she would get angry. Dealing with a narcissist is so hard. I don't even know where to start because there's so many things that she has done. For the years that I was there, all the time she would try to argue with me. The more I tried to distance myself and not be so close to her, she would find a way to be the center of attention any chance she can get. Narcissists live off of being the center of attention, okay? So I was not allowed to have any friends. Everybody that would come around me, she would try to separate me from them. So there was plenty of events where she was abusive, but I'm gonna tell you guys one about my graduation day. I just want to say that nobody showed up to my graduation. Literally nobody did. Of course, she was the only one there or whatever. I remember I was getting ready and everything, and she she makes comments, and they will try to make your best day into one of your worst days. Everything could be going so good, and then they'd be she would just telling me things. And even the day before, I didn't want to get a certain haircut done, and she was trying to force me to get it done. And she was saying you have no style. Yes, she would be telling me all this. She's you have no style, you have to switch it up, this and that. Oh, and just because you don't mention things, they think that and just because you don't tell them things, they think that they're perfect. No, the only reason I'm not telling you things is because I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I know you're going to be playing the victim if I tell you anything. It's not because you look good. It's not because you have more style than me. It's because I don't want to hurt your feelings, okay? So all the time we would get into a little argument. She would try to get people on her side. She'll be calling my mom, my brothers, things like that. She'll be trying to call other people so they can look at her as the victim, okay? And she would make up different scenarios. She would make up different lies and things about me when I wouldn't tell her anything. Or it's the more I try to distance myself, the more she felt that and tried to do things to provoke me. And as soon as I reacted, it was an issue. That's why I always say to not react. And I know how challenging it is, especially since I lived with the person that was abusive, that was narcissistic. Trust me, I know. You go through all types of abuse. Say I was around somebody, she would try to make up certain things to go against you and create arguments with you just to simply get a reaction. And it doesn't matter. Like, they just want attention. They just want attention. Like, that's their main thing that they want. Okay? So it's like she was a bully. Like, she was trying to bully me, but I didn't like allow it. And not gonna lie, you guys, I used to react. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I didn't react, because yes, it hurt my feelings, especially like you're supposed to be my blood, you're supposed to be something of mine, and you're over here like doing all of this. I'm not even gonna sit up here and say that it didn't get to me. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I didn't go back and forth with her, because I did. And also one time it led to, when I came back from like a friend's house or whatever, she didn't allow me to have any friends. And mind you guys, I'm old enough, okay? It's not like I was 15 years old, like just trying to go out, do this and that. No, but I'm a grown adult. But she still, one thing about me, she'll still treat me like a child. She won't respect my boundaries. And I found out that she looked through all of my things, you guys. Like, she literally, that's goes to show you, she was the problem, the issue. I don't care what it is, you don't look through people's things. And she will always be like, oh, somebody's looking through my things, you know, and trying to blame her other friends. That's how you know the person that robs thinks everybody is robbing. You know what I mean? Like, when you do something, when you know you're doing something, you think the other person is doing, because you know you're doing it. And she had a friend that came to live with her. Even her own friend left. And then she tried to make it seem like, oh, I don't know, she left because she wanted to. You know, they will never say what they did that affected you. Like, they act like they've never done anything wrong. They act like they're perfect. That's one thing about narcissists. They act like they're perfect. Okay? So it was just a lot of things, guys. This is just a little bit of what I'm telling you, okay? There was so much more. Behind closed doors, she will threaten me, but then she'll act so nice to others and try to act so friendly and she just completely switches up her whole like attitude when she goes around others. Okay? That's why people may look at me and be like, what? They switch up their whole personality. So of course you're gonna be like, what? I don't know what she's talking about. I feel like you won't understand me unless you've been through the same thing. What I'm saying, to mainly reach out to my own audience, to people who have been through it, because I feel like you'll understand what it is that I am saying. And I hope that you can be able to relate to everything I am saying right now. I hope not, because it's not fun dealing with a narcissist, but I just hope that what I'm saying can help you guys and, you know, help you know that you're not alone. And whatever the case may be, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're dealing with a toxic family member, whatever it is, my heart goes out to you truly, okay? And I hope that you can get yourself out of the situation. If you're still there and dealing with this, I hope that you can get yourself out of it, because it is not, you know, it's challenging, it's hard. Like, I had came back like from somebody's house, and then she tried to say that that person laid a hand on me. Like, she was, guys, and I literally had I was having, I don't know, like a reaction to something, like an allergy reaction on my eye, and she tried to say that somebody hit me. I'm like, nobody hit me in my face. Like, what are you talking about? You know, it's like little things like that she will make up lies when she's the type of person, when she doesn't know nothing about your life, when she has nothing on you, she will make up false lies about you, okay? And I didn't like that. I don't like when people make up rumors about others that are not true. Why are you calling others and talking about me and trying to make up lies because you can't find nothing else to say? So you try so hard to argue with me. And then she also, another thing about her, she doesn't apologize. What she does is try to love bomb you. Every single thing she does, give me some money. She'll do things like that, like, but she never apologizes, ever. She only be saying, oh, I've done this for you, I've done that. She'll rub in your face later. She'll always be like, oh, I done this for you, I did that for, and the same exact way she was acting with me was the same exact way she acted with my mother when she was growing up. She did not do well when it came to being emotionally available. She was just emotionally abusive and everything else. And I literally don't be bothering her. Like, she'll bother me, and she's the type that will be knocking on my door constantly, knocking on my door. She's the type that will, because my door didn't have a lock. I was living with her. So sometimes she would just like merge in and like just be childish. Like, you're literally so grown, acting like a teenage girl in high school. I would ignore her. People will always be like, oh, just ignore them, just ignore them. They will find any way to get up in your face, to like open your door when you're there. And like, she would do things like this. So there was no way of ignoring her, 'cause she'll make a huge fuss, a huge deal out of it, okay? I just want to make that clear. It's different when you live with a person that's a narcissist, because they'll go above and beyond to show you again and again that they are miserable. But those are some of the things that she would do. And then as soon as I would react, she would blame me, gaslight me, and threaten me, and all of this. Okay? Now we're going to be discussing some of the things that you should look out for and not ignore, and that you may be dealing with a narcissist. So let's get into it. When they can never take accountability. When they have no empathy towards you. They make everything about them. Once again, they want to be the center of attention. They constantly need admiration. They constantly want you to be available, be there for them every time that they need you. It's like they're so possessive, and they want to know like everything, and they want to have like access to you all the time, and that is not realistic. Okay, that's just one thing. The next thing is when they try to control you in all aspects, in different aspects. Try to control you in what you can and can't wear. Okay? They'll probably want you to like look through your phone constantly, and just being so controlling. That's the main thing narcissists want, is control and power. When narcissists will separate you from your family and your friends. If they just want to be the main person in your life, and they don't want you hanging around others, and they start to act funny, or say if you can even have guests over, because they'll make it seem like you can't even have guests over, because they make it into a huge deal. So they just don't want you around anybody but them, okay? Look out for that. The next thing is, like, they constantly want to monitor you. They want for you to share your location with them. They want all the time, like, say you go out with a friend, somebody, they'll constantly be calling you and all of that. But they can do it though. But they can go out and they can do all this. But as soon as you do it, they don't like it. Person should never get to a point where they're controlling you, that you can't go out, that you can't hang out. Like, that's not good. Okay? Another thing, we're gonna get into the physical abuse, all types of abuse. There's verbal and physical abuse, but I want to touch on physical abuse first. Physical abuse should never ever occur. And if it does, leave immediately. Nobody should ever handle it. Nobody should ever lay a hand on you. And if they say it's because they love you, like say if they hit you and say, oh, I'm doing this because I love you. Oh, you made me do this to you. No. Leave immediately. That is not love, and they do not care about you, okay? You know this person is a narcissist if they are constantly trying to belittle you, make comments about your appearance, how you look, and try to bring your self-esteem down. Because I want to say something, narcissists are insecure themselves. Narcissists are not confident. They may act like they are, but they aren't. They feel powerful when they get to knock other people down. And they think just because you don't tell them anything, that they're perfect. No, I don't tell you nothing because you're perfect. I don't tell you anything because I don't want to hurt your feelings, and I'm not like you. That's why, okay? I feel like the only way to defeat a narcissist is to become a narcissist. But I also feel like I'm not going to be dealing with that. I just choose peace. I personally choose peace. So I just have to remove myself. If you are like doing too much and starting to become so unbearable, I'm just going to remove myself and I won't ever talk to you again. The main thing you're going to lose here is never having access to me again. And I guarantee you that. Once you're cut off, once I try to rekindle, and once I try to, work things out, I try to work things out with you and it just didn't function or work, I'm cutting you off because I tried so hard to make things work. It didn't work out and you're not going to change. So I have no other choice but to remove myself and to cut you off out of my life. I don't want your energy. I don't want none of your negativity. I don't want any of it. Back into what I was saying with them saying comments about you. They will tell you this not because it's true, but because they don't want you to go anywhere else. They want to keep you there. They want to hold you hostage for them. They may tell you things, oh, I don't know who you're going to find. Nobody's going to love you like I love you. Nobody's going to care for you like how I care for you. And then you go thinking that is true and that you won't find better, and you just stay there because they don't want you to find anybody else. Also, another thing, if you want to go out and say if you just gonna go run errands, they start to question you like, oh, like if I feel like this is mainly if you're in a relationship probably, but they'll question you like you dress nice and they're like, oh, like where are you going? You can't go anywhere looking nice. They want you to, they'll probably take years with getting dressed, but then they'll rush you into like hurrying up because they want to look better than you. Because when you go out, especially if you go out alone, probably they don't want you to look good so that you won't find better than them. They're insecure. They're just afraid that you're gonna go out there and find somebody that treats them, that's gonna treat you better, and that's gonna look better than them. They're just afraid of that. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Another thing that they will do, the list goes on. I'm just touching base on with what I can remember. I want to clarify that narcissists tend to cover who they truly are in the beginning. Think of somebody wearing a mask. Probably a couple months will go by and you will start to see like how this person's actually acting, and you'll probably try to ignore it because, especially if you've been through trauma before, you won't know how to identify and separate the two sometimes. Like you'll be thinking, maybe I'm just tripping, maybe I'm just overthinking, maybe I'm just overthinking from my previous situation, what I've been through before. So think of a narcissist with like a hood on. Think of them with the hood on, trying to mask themselves from who they truly are. Months go by, whatever, and I feel like that's when they start to show you who they truly are. They start to show their true colors. So keep an eye out for that. And when I tell you guys these things, believe me, because I've been there. I just told you guys what I've been through. I've also been around other people that also deal with narcissists themselves. And, you know, they would tell me certain things. And so everything I'm telling you guys, I've, of course, researched, and also based on my own encounters and all the different things that I've heard, also witnessed and been through myself. So overcoming a narcissist is difficult. It takes time. Be patient with yourself. Know that things will get better once you leave, okay? Because I feel like that when you're with a narcissist, it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse, you know? So don't think that this person's going to change. Don't think that you can fix them, because you're just going to waste years and your time. It's not going to get better from there. It's not going to get better. So do yourself a favor and just leave. I'm sorry if like this was all over the place. I try to make it as like organized as I could. And maybe it's some things I missed. But I just wanted you guys to take a look into what I've dealt with, let you guys know a little bit of my situation, how to spot a narcissist, how to deal with one, how to leave. I know some people's cases are more severe, like I know some people will threaten you and just, which makes you afraid to leave. Anybody that had to go through this, or if you've been through it even way worse, like, my heart goes out to you, and I just hope that you find a solution. I hope that you can get out of the toxic household that you are in, or if you're in a relationship with an abusive partner, I hope that you can get yourself out of that. You're strong. You got this. Everything is going to be just fine. Everything's going to be okay. And even when after, I just want to clarify, even after you leave, don't think that you're going to be okay immediately. Especially when you're so used to being on survival mode, being on guard all the time. It's not going to be easy to get out of that like immediately. If you need to get therapy, anything that's going to help you, whether that is journaling, you know, just try to heal with time, patience. Don't be so hard on yourself, because things take time. And even after you leave, you probably will still spot certain things, you know, like certain traumas that you have now and certain triggers. It's not going to immediately go away, okay? That's just not realistic. So do things that are going to allow you to heal. You know, cut all contact off if anything that's going to help with your healing process and your journey, do it, okay? Allow yourself to now remove all the weight from your shoulders and start new, start fresh. Try to keep yourself busy, but also be kind to yourself, okay? Don't overwork yourself. Take a break. You guys did have a brief situation like this. I hope it helped you. And yeah, let me know if you guys want more advice about narcissism, and if you guys want me to like touch on a specific topic with a narcissist. And just let me know, and please comment. And this is a community, this is a safe space. Everybody is welcome. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.